because they are the only ones who actually have a monopoly in force. They have guns, they have a presence, and they can lock you up and take you away. You can hate a corporation all you want, but you don't have to buy their products, right?
Yeah.
And you have some kind of competition, and hopefully, even with social media, big tech companies. But when government has monopoly in force and controls everything, that's what you get, like communist China.
Let's move towards your upbringing in China during the Mao Culture Revolution. What was it like growing up with that?
Well, I was 2 years old, and my memory started in this row house, like 8 families, and live in this workers' row house provided by my dad's state factory, and all one story, and mom, dad with children, and my memory started from there. One bathroom, one bathroom, which is just big hole on the ground. So they dig a big hole in the ground, and then they put a divider in the middle. So one hole is for woman, one hole is for man. You can talk to each other. You can talk to your neighbors. You can hear each other doing number one, number two, have conversations. And it's just two breaks over the hole. So when you go to number two, number one as a little girl, you have to find the two breaks. So when the light bulb goes out, I was afraid to go to the bathroom. We were too poor to afford a flashlight. And so everybody just had to buy a little potty for the apartment. So if you don't want to go to the bathroom at night, you just do in your apartment. Next day, you can go dump it. Because everything belonged to the state, no private property ownership. So because it's community housing, who cares to put a new light bulb on when light bulb go busted, right? So I was so afraid to go to the bathroom at night. And because if you're not careful, you can fall backwards and you'll be buried by human waste. And I think every couple of weeks, a peasant will come to dig out the human waste and take to the agriculture field to use as fertilizer. That's why Chinese were trained never eat salad. We did not have salad because it's not safe to eat raw food. Have to be all boiled, high temperature, to kill all the, germs. And in Chinese water, boil everything. Bottled waters were kind of luxurious item. When I first came to this country, it was my kind of old habits, like looking for boiled water. I was afraid to drink tap water. So I just remember that, and the bugs were flying around, and the flies and worms were crawling on the, that bath, like a restroom floor. I was traumatized as a child. Because if you're not careful, when you go to that female hole, you could step on those bugs crawling on the floor. When you step on it, they make a horrible, disgusting, this pop noise. By talking about it, I feel like I get goosebumps. I think I was traumatized by that. I just really absolutely hated that. And I hated everything crawling on the floor. The biggest animal scares me. It's the snakes crawling. I think it's associated with that. And then in the summer, they all become flies and flying around, constant to make noise. We did not have any kind of cooling or heating, so winter was extremely cold. I had a frostbite on my left foot. Every year, I got the same spot, have frostbite as a little girl, and so they get really, really itchy because when you get warm, but you got a frostbite, and then you get warm, and then you want to scratch it, and they get itchy. And I always broke my skin and get infected. So after years now, just the scars are always there. And I don't know how much memory I don't remember because my dad and my younger brother recently told me, You know what? You're the one who threw away Dad's some bear fat. Because I was asking last year, who threw away those bear fat? Dad got really mad and spanked me, think I did it, but I didn't do it. My brother, which is 5 years younger than me, my baby brother, he said, you did it. You don't remember? I said, no. I saw somebody else did it. Dad was really mad. I don't know what happened. So I think there are some memories I swept under the rug when you are traumatized, and I don't know when they're gonna come out. So another memory, I did not want to talk about it. I avoided think about it, and I discovered last year the truth is that my grandmother was babysitting me at the peak of Cultural Revolution, like 68, 69. I was 4 or 5 years old. And then my grandma's family and the whole neighborhood renowned this community water well as a source of water, 20 feet deep. And so you go down there, you use a little rope to get your bucket down there, get the water, then get the bucket up. That's how you get your fresh water, and you go boil it for your cooking and washing clothes. And one morning, everybody was looking at the water well to say, come look, come look. I ran there to take a look. I think I must immediately run away because I don't remember. I never asked question. I saw a dead man, naked, on top of the water well. Oh, so scary. And why? I never asked why. I just run away and don't talk about it. I think I swept under the rug for many years. When I got sick last year in the hospital, I don't know why. I got COVID. I was sick, lying there, no visitor, doing nothing, very weak, just think about my childhood and close my eyes and with what's going on in today's America, I don't know why when you get so sick, so ill, or you think about your past. And I said, what happened to that man? Who was that man? How come I never asked that question? So when I came home last year from hospital, I talked to my uncle in China on WeChat to say, I recovered, uncle. I will think about past. Who was that man? My favorite uncle, one of 3 uncles who was part of Red Guards. He said, black family, black class member committed suicide. He could not handle the struggle sessions anymore. People start to Google struggle sessions under Mao's Cultural Revolution. So basically, Mao used a standard Marxist communist theory. People are divided into 2 giant groups, which we use them today. Oppressor versus oppressed. Who are the oppressors under Mao? 5 black classes: rich, farmers, landlord, race, like a counter-revolutionaries, rightist, bad influencers. So you got 3 categories, very subjective. How do you define they were black classes or the party?
They call them black classes?
Yes, 5 black. 5 black versus 5 red. And but under 5 black classes, they're all oppressors. So they're supposed to go to this public square to lower their head, to apologize for being black, to be public and shamed, and the Red Guards throw rocks at them. Mao also shut down schools. So the urban youth had no school to go to, so they can do Cultural Revolution full time. Go eliminate your political enemies. I was a red child. Okay, here are these 5 red classes. Under oppressed: workers, peasants, like I'm a worker's child. Because actually I could be black if my grandfather was not killed. Because my real grandfather I never met had the land, had the money, both grandfathers did. I never met both sides real biological grandfather. I only had one grandmother I knew, and since I was little, and she's the one who babysat me, and she went through 1 year struggle sessions too because my real grandfather died in Sichuan mountains, and she remarried. Second husband was a red worker, but they found out you were second wife of this leader in like outlawed group leader in Sichuan mountains. He must be killed as a counter-revolutionary, which were categorized all our families to be black. My grandma keeps saying, stick to her truth. She keeps saying, no, my dead husband was killed by his own people as a kind of part of outlaw group over some disputes. But after 1 year investigation, my grandmother, went through that 1 year. Somebody poked her back, standing up, apologize, dig, right self-criticism, and want her confess. She keeps saying, I have nothing to confess. I have a current husband who is worker, red class. And after 1 year investigation, God, thank goodness. Okay, you told the truth. Your husband was not counter-revolutionary. He was killed by his own man. Okay, now you are categorized as red class.
Hey everybody, I'm Shawn Ryan. Click here to subscribe to the Shawn Ryan Show YouTube channel for the hottest and most compelling interviews that you will not see anywhere else. I've also made a playlist of all the previous SRS episodes so they're easy to find. You can find that right here.